let's go into what my thoughts are on this weekend's fights. I'm very excited. As I said in the start of my video, I'm going to be able to put my fighting nerds glasses on because John Silva is fighting on Saturday. Let's go into his fights. So starting off, as I said, I only do the main card predictions. So if you wanted any undercard predictions, you can't get that from me. I'm sorry. So this is the UFC Seattle main card predictions. Starting off with Manyfield and Julius Walker. Julius Walker, who's got a clean record, whereas Manyfield obviously has not got a clean record. He's at 15-5-1, no contest. Julius Walker, he hasn't had any fights yet in the UFC. So maybe his clean record won't stay clean coming into the UFC, especially against a person like Manyfield, who can be a risk and can be dangerous at times. So my thoughts on this fight, I would say Manyfield might get a finish in the second or third round, or a decision. I'm going for Manyfield. I'm saying the 0 is going to be coming off of Walker's record tonight. The match I've been waiting for. Jean Silva versus Bagdasaryan. He's an Armenian fighter with a record of 8-3-0, no contest. I think he's a risk now for John Silva, but he's had a lot of fights cancelled in his career. But nevertheless, I'm going to go for John Silva by KO in the second or the first. He's going to do damage, and he's planning on it. Next up, third fight on the main card, we have Rob Font versus Matsumoto, who has also got a clean record of 16-0. Honestly, I think that Matsumoto will keep his 0. I think Rob Font, great fighter, but there's a huge age gap. Matsumoto is very young, very speedy. I think he's very much a dynamic fighter, and I think he'll get the win in here, guys. So I'm going to go for Matsumoto. He's going to finish him, I think, in probably the second or third round. I'm going to go for a second or third round finish from Matsumoto. Next up, fan favorite Brendan Allen is taking on Anthony Hernandez. I'm really excited for this fight. I saw Brendan Allen fight in the flesh at UFC Paris last year in September. I really enjoyed his fight. He's good on the ground, but he likes to switch it up. And I think that even though in this fight, Anthony Hernandez is a betting favorite, I'm going to go for Brendan Allen because I think he's got a lot to prove since he lost his last fight. And he just had a baby. You've got another mouth to feed. So you want to get bonuses. You want to win fights. You want to get proposed new fights. So I think Brendan Allen, that might work in his advantage. Who knows? We don't know what's going on in his head. But for me, Brendan Allen has what it takes to beat Anthony Hernandez. And I think he might beat him by submission in the second or third as well. And last but not least, the main event of the evening, Henry Cejudo versus Song Yudong. Obviously, Song Yudong's a clear betting favorite here, and I'm going to go with Song Yudong personally. I don't think Henry Cejudo's got the speed anymore. Since obviously Song Yudong's much faster, probably the cardio's better. He's much younger. We saw in the ceremonial weigh-ins, Henry brought a fortune cookie for Song Yudong with written inside a message saying, Song Yudong, I'm beating you by, I don't know exactly the words, but I'm beating you by KO in the fourth. I'd love to see that. I think that could happen if he took him onto the ground, a bit of ground and pound. But I see him also trying for a submission, Henry. So that could be a possibility. But I think in reality, I'm seeing a third or fourth round finish for Song Yudong against Triple C. But I'd be just as delighted if Triple C got a win in there. So there you have it, folks. That was episode 2 of the MMA Girl podcast. I was Jessica. Thank you very much for listening and watching. Let me know your thoughts down below on what you thought of last week's fight night, Jared Cannonier, Robocop. I'd love to know what you think of my analysis of the matches, of the fights, and also what you thought of some of the fights. And also, what do you guys think for tonight's fights? Are we seeing Song Yudong getting that win in, or are we seeing Triple C coming back into the win column? Let me know down below. If you want to support me, my links are down below. I've got all my socials linked, and subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. I'll see you next time.